the Democratic Party. These people are just stupid. Listen, I shouldn't say that blanketly in name call, but we've really legitimately moved from the Democrats want health care for illegal aliens, which is true, they do, to the Democrats want health care for everybody, to now the Democrats just want the Republicans to get rid of the filibuster. This has become the talking point, and it's one of the dumbest talking points that I have ever really encountered because they keep shifting it around. And now they've decided that they want the Republicans to end the filibuster to help the Democrats out of their own problem. Last night on the Senate floor, Chuck Schumer said, quote, "Tonight, Senate Democrats will come to the floor and warn our Republican colleagues and the nation of the devastation Republicans are causing, and by doing nothing on health care, we will highlight the impact of surging premiums on families. We will share the stories we're hearing right now from people scared of premium hikes." That's what Chuck Schumer says. And I'm sorry, he said it last night, and they're going to do it tonight. They're going to come to the floor of the Senate tonight, and they're going to tell all these horror stories. Oh, the horror of all the people losing benefits because the Democrats are the ones who shut down the government. And now they're saying, well, if the Republicans would get rid of the filibuster, they could reopen it. Let's get this straight. Democrats created the healthcare premium subsidy cliff that we're going off of. They voted to get rid of the healthcare subsidy themselves. Wasn't the Republicans. The Democrats gave the subsidy and voted to expire it. And now they're blaming the Republicans for letting it expire as the Democrats wanted. Now they're claiming they need emergency healthcare subsidies to fix the subsidies they voted to get rid of. And then they're suddenly claiming, oh, well, Republicans, just get rid of the filibuster. Please get rid of the filibuster. It's the messaging here for the Democrats is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. The problem for the Democrats is very straightforward. The clean resolution from the House of Representatives is the only thing that can pass. Let me just analytically break this down for you. House Democrats have convinced themselves that if they fund the government, they're funding Hitler. So the House Democrats will not vote for any funding for anything because they're funding Hitler. That's their thinking. The conservatives in the House of Representatives will not add any funding to the continuing resolution because they're already hacked off that the continuing resolution is actually based on Joe Biden's budget, not Donald Trump's budget. The funding that is being advanced right now is being based on the Joe Biden budget. The last budget the Democrats approved when Biden was president and the Democrats were in charge, they got a budget approved, and that's what this continuing resolution funds. And the Republican conservatives are already mad at that, so they don't want to add any funding to it. I mean, literally, the continuing resolution is the continuing resolution the Democrats themselves drafted when Joe Biden was president. The Republicans just advanced the same language. They didn't redo the work, and the Democrats voted for it repeatedly. Now they're like, nope, we got to have all this other stuff. But you can't get that stuff out of the House conservatives. The House Democrats won't fund anything else because they think they're funding Hitler. So the only way that you can actually get this done is a clean continuing resolution in the Senate. Ro Khanna, who's a very progressive member of the House, but goes on Fox News, was on with Maria Bartiromo. Just listen to this exchange.
But Congressman, isn't it true that you have already voted for a clean CR under the Biden administration? This is the same CR?
It is in terms of a clean CR, but that was conditional at this point on the tax credits being extended. We can't have a situation where we have tax breaks for the billionaires. By the way, they can pass this. I made this point many times with 51 Senate votes in the House and have an exception to the filibuster like they've made to pass Trump's judges and appointees. So, yeah. Look, I call balls and strikes. I've given the president credit where it's due. This is a case, though, where we need to extend the health care tax credit.
So you got that. Yeah, I voted for it repeatedly. And by the way, he voted to also get rid of the health care subsidies. And now he's like, the Republicans, they can just get rid of the filibuster. They can get rid of the filibuster. The Democrats want the Republicans to get rid of the filibuster because the Democrats know they don't have the votes to get it done. That's a big key here that you on the right are missing. The Democrats have pivoted from health care to SNAP benefits to just get rid of the filibuster because the Democrats know they don't have the votes themselves to get rid of the filibuster. So for all the people saying, well, the Republicans might as well get rid of the filibuster. The Democrats are going to do it when they get back in power. The Democrats tried last time and they didn't have the votes. In fact, you had what's her name from Arizona and Joe Manchin from Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin from West Virginia They voted with the Republicans to preserve the filibuster, and you people on the right are saying, well, they're gone now. Clear? No. It was well known that there were other Democrats up for re-election in 2024 who didn't want to take the hit from the left, and so they hid behind Sinema and Manchin and let them do the dirty work. But otherwise, they would have voted to preserve the filibuster. The Democrats don't have the votes to get rid of the filibuster. That's why their pivot now is to the Republicans. Please, for the love of God, you people get rid of the filibuster. The Republicans aren't going to get rid of the filibuster. By the way, this reminds me, I got to correct myself from yesterday. I said Harry Reid was from Utah. He's from Nevada. I knew that. I said Searchlight, but brain fart. Anyway, correct myself here on the show. Never say I don't correct myself. I do. The Democratic talking points have been all over the place. It's the problem with shutting down the government and not wanting to take blame for it. Say what you will about the Republican shutdowns, but the Republican shutdowns always had a core connected message. It was, you got to repeal or fix Obamacare. It was, the debt's too high, we got to do sequestration. It was, you got to build and fund the border wall. With the Democrats, it's, we got to stop Donald Trump tearing down the East Wing. Oh, wait, it's 2028. Oh, wait, it's healthcare. Oh, wait, it's SNAP. Oh, wait, it's the filibuster. They haven't been consistent. I just, and again, just step back from this. As someone who very successfully ran political campaigns, who actually knows a thing or two about politics, running for office, campaigning, and messaging, I'm honestly flabbergasted that the Democratic messaging on this has been so all over the place. And I know what it actually is they don't want blame. They're hoping they can use the media to give Republicans blame. You know, they're mad at Margaret Brennan. I played you the clip yesterday, Margaret Brennan asking Hakeem Jeffries very difficult questions. And the Democrats are like, how dare Margaret Brennan ask these difficult questions? They're upset because she's on their side typically. She never asked the Democrats tough questions because she's so biased for them. And when Margaret Brennan is asking Hakeem Jeffries tough questions and putting the blame on the Democrats for shutting down, you know the messaging is changing. The unions are starting to say, just reopen the government, guys. Come on, you're not going to get anything from the GOP. And the Democrats are refusing to reopen things. They're trying to turn this into some sort of messaging battle, but they can't stay on the same message. Now they're off to just get rid of the filibuster. This isn't working for the Democrats. But here's the thing. What is the off-ramp for them? What is the off-ramp? They're going to reopen the government. They're going to do it without any deal from the Republicans. And they're going to get eaten alive by their base. The question is it before SNAP benefits run out or after? Is it before Head Start benefits run out or after? And here's the thing. If they keep it shut down for another week or two, after all the benefits do run out and the paychecks stop rolling in, and then they vote for what the Republicans wanted, it's going to be even worse for the Democrats with the rest of the electorate. I don't know that they've done the math on this for the election for next year. If they keep it shut down after all these benefits go away, and then they vote to reopen and they vote for the clean resolution, it's even more obvious to everyone it was them, not the GOP, and the blame gets even worse for them headed into the election. It's mind-numbingly bad politics for the Democrats, but they're so scared of the progressive base, they can't do otherwise.